It's not good enough. It doesn't cut it. It just never fucking finishes. Money, cash money. Canada has over 60,000 restaurants, and in 2017, they brought in over $85 billion. So why do we have 0 Michelin stars? I'm going to give you 3 reasons why, and I think you might find the last one to be quite controversial. Reason number 1, and first we need a small history lesson. So Michelin originally, if you can believe it, is a tire company. Yes, the same one with the Michelin Man makes a food guide. Tire company makes a food guide. What is that about? And that's really because they started off a long time ago when people didn't really drive. Only some wealthy people really drove. So as a way to promote driving, created this Michelin guide so that people would take them, go on road trips, and therefore buy more tires and drive more. So it was a way to just get people to drive, which is kind of crazy. And it's continued until now that they have this Michelin guide. It started as a way of promotion, and it really is the same thing now. And really the thought behind it was, if we make this guide that picks out the best restaurants in the world, then maybe by association, people will also think that we make really fantastic tires. And there's only a select few countries where they really want to operate in. Obviously the biggest markets, mainly in Europe, the US, they sell a lot of tires there. And Canada, that small little country with not as many people up there, not as big of a focus for them. There's not as many people to buy tires there, so they don't have as big of a focus. Makes sense, right? So that's one of the reasons why they haven't come to Canada. If you want to know more about the history of Michelin, I'll leave a link in the description below to a video that's really great. They really walk you through the timeline of Michelin as a company and the Michelin guide. You guys can check that out for more information if you want to.
Coming at a really weird time, but Canada recently announced that they're getting the Michelin guide to come here. Some restaurants in Toronto are going to be on the list. So if you want me to review some of these restaurants, see if they're actually worthy of the Michelin stars, yeah, let me know in the comments below. If I get like, I don't know, let's say like 30 likes on the video, pretty low bar, 30 likes, I'll review a restaurant and we'll go from there.
So the second reason, money, cash money. You can actually pay Michelin to come to your country. So a lot of countries actually do this. So Korea, Thailand, Hong Kong, a lot of countries in Asia Pacific have paid Michelin somewhere between $300 to $1 million per year. It's been reported to come to the country to create a guide. This is either paid by the tourism boards or a collective of different companies that want to drive tourism. So why does Michelin accept money to make these guides? So you got to realize they're actually losing money. So as early as 2015, it's been reported that they lose almost $30 million to produce the Michelin guide. It might be a marketing cost, but 30 million is a lot of money. And if they can get more out of it or pay for some of the expenses that come along with creating more Michelin guides, it just makes sense. And at the end of the day, no matter what, money talks. And you're right in thinking that by them accepting money, it's almost like getting paid to rate these restaurants higher. But they're essentially paying for the examiners to come to their country and write the reviews on the restaurants. The guide is still pretty independent of the country. Granted, yeah, maybe the money influences things a little bit. Maybe they'll give out a few more Michelin stars here or there. I don't really know, but I tend to believe that they do the right thing and the money is there to pay for the expenses that go along with creating the guide in the country. And that's one of the reasons why Canada doesn't have one. I guess they haven't been willing to pay up. So until then, we're not going to get a guide.
I'm very interested to actually see later on if they report that Canada spent money to get the guide here. I think that's the only reason people will come, right? A boatload of money. Just makes sense.
So we have to sit down for this last part. Because reason number 3, why Canada doesn't have a Michelin guide is because our food's just not that good. It's not good enough. It doesn't cut it. There's no single restaurant here that I think would deserve a 3-star from the Michelin guide. Not a single one. Maybe a 1? I think 1 at best. Like, I don't think it even deserves a 2-star. Look, I've been to some of the best restaurants in Canada. I've been to Michelin star restaurants in US, in Hong Kong, in Taiwan, and those ones blew me away in some type of way. The cuisine was different. It was transformative. The flavor profiles are just so unique and different. I just sit back in my chair. I'm like, damn, what did I just eat? Like, that was out of this world amazing. So that's something that I don't find with any of the restaurants here in Canada. Nothing's like, this is bucket list. You guys got to go here. Like, you're going to regret it if you don't try this at least once. There's not a single place in Canada that's like that. A lot of them are just standard menu restaurants. Either that or they try to do tasting menus, but they're not amazing. They're not that great. And that's very disappointing. Like, you never have a restaurant here that has such a complete tasting menu or complete menu that everything is great on it. There's always been restaurants here that I find are disappointing. I've been to the second best restaurant in Canada, in Vancouver. I didn't really like the dessert, and the main course was okay. I only found the appetizers to be really, really good. Everything else was kind of like, and I could have actually done without the dessert. That's why I think that the quality is just not here for anyone to come to make a guide, because nothing's on that level here, and it's actually really disappointing. I would love for there to be better restaurants in Canada. I would love for that to be the case. Doesn't really seem like it's happening, and we've been up and coming for years now, like 10 plus years. Everyone keeps saying we're up and coming. It's kind of like the Leafs winning. It's kind of like the construction that happens in Canada. It's always up and coming, just never fucking finishes. So it's really disappointing in that way. And there you have it. My 3 reasons why Michelin Guide hasn't come to Canada yet. 1, we're not a premier market for their core products. 2, we haven't paid them enough money. Money talks, baby. You have to pay them. And 3, because sadly enough, our food's just not good enough in this country. I don't know what you guys think. Leave me down in the comments below if you agree or disagree. I hope you guys liked the video. Smash that like button, sub to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.